Sometime in the 2020s, three geeks from social media formed an alliance to bring you geek news from across the Nostalgiaverse. They are Jacob's Toys, SuperSorrell, Ryan Speaks Geek, bringing you a weekly live show, toy, TV and movie reviews, special guests, opinions, tangents, and bad impressions, reveals, releases, thoughts, maybe dreams. Now prepare for the Geek Week in Review.
Welcome back to the Geek Week in Review with, of course, me, Jacob's Toys, and, of course, the wonderful one and only SuperSorrell. I've got it right this time. I'm pointing in the right direction. Thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome back. This is week 108, our 108th episode. If you're new to the show, then do check out our Instagram, YouTubes, all that kind of stuff there, just underneath me there. Or you can go over to geekweekinreview.co.uk and all the links and stuff is over there as well. We are missing Ryan Speaks Geek this week because he is still in Portugal. He did say he was going to try to tune in at some point with a knockoff toy, but we'll see whether that happens or not. So you've just got me and SuperSorrell this week. And who is this?
You forgot to include me, bitch!
Who is it?
It's called Batsy. He's the world's worst vampire bat.
Okay, send help. Sorrel is going nuts. I've seen all your TikToks. I've seen all the TikToks. It's like my favorite one is
mad sometimes.
my favorite is the Barbie girl one. That's brilliant.
I'm a Barbie. Let's go party.
Oh, brilliant. Ironic actually, because for some reason puppet adverts are popping up on my Facebook and stuff. Like, I don't know why, but something's telling me to buy a puppet. So this week, just quick shout out to a couple of people in the comments. Joby1, nice to see ya. Got here a little bit early. Yes, we're hyped about the Black Series stuff, Star Killer in particular. We'll talk about that a little bit later. In Maniac, hello. Annie Roberts, good to see ya. Shelley's in the chat. How you doing, Shelley? Straight out of Coruscant, nice to see you as well. We are going to... Whoa. Hang on. Stop the press. What is going on? He's here.
Surprise, mother flippers. What's up, baby?
How long are you with us?
Only for a few minutes.
Fair enough. How's the holiday?
Only for a few minutes, but I thought, yeah, mate, it's all, I'm on Greece, obviously, and the heat wave is insane. Like,
Yeah.
it's extra, which is more than what you guys have in the UK, I believe. So
Yeah, we had a little bit of rain. You know, it's all good.
As you do.
It's all good. How you doing? You enjoying it? You're acting like we've not
very
spoken.
much so.
Look, even in Greece,
No,
he's having
I've been rather silent.
Yeah. Have you got any toys?
Yeah, shockingly, no, there's not as much this year. And also, like, I've just not been attempted, I'll be honest, with some of the stuff that's on there.
Fair enough. We made
The best one I've seen name-wise is Lego Batman, but it's spelled Lego Bat Mountain.
Nice. Oh. Are you on a different time to us? Are you later than us? No.
He's about an hour in front of us, I believe.
He's what?
I think he's about an hour in front of us.
The problem is I'm on a hotel Wi-Fi, which is very limited.
Yeah, a bit sketchy at times. Cool. Thanks for tuning in, dude. I think that's the best we're going to get out of Ryan this week. Ryan, good to see you, buddy. He can't hear
Good to
us.
see you guys too. It's only a very quick visit. I can hear you.
He can. Listen, if you're hanging around,
Yeah,
jump
okay.
in the chat. Jump in the chat.
Oh God, do I have to? Because I will say one thing. I will say one little thing before I go. Shelley, if you're watching, if you ever try and get Mick to replace me again in the comments, I will know about it. All right, Shelley? I know about your betrayal. I am angry and I'm disappointed. Remember that.
Oh, Shelley, see, you saw. Ironically, at the same time you said that, Mick's in the chat saying, "So I'm not here. I'm in Benny."
See, look, there you go, Shelley. Your perfect replacement wouldn't have been so perfect.
Ryan, I'll tell you what. While you're here, do you want to see this week's Cocaine Bear?
Oh, go on then. Treat me.
Which run should we go for? Hangover or Blade Runner?
Ooh, a good Blade Runner. Dum dum dum.
Blade Runner. Here we go then. So because Ryan's away, we're doing Cocaine Bear at the movies. This week we've got Blade Runner. So here we go. We'll do him now. Enjoy.
I've seen things that people wouldn't believe. A duck bears on fire off the shoulder of the 100-acre woods. I watch sea beams glitter in the dark near Rabbit Gate. All these moments will be lost in time, like tears in honey. Time to die, Piglet.
Time to die, Piglet.
There you go. Ridiculous.
True
Ridiculous.
story. Do you know I've actually done my Cocaine Bear impression for someone on holiday.
What?
Yeah, so we was in the pool earlier, and some of the people there were talking about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Okay.
And just got talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, actually, it's about we do a Winnie the Pooh character on this podcast I do," and they were like, "You really?" They said, "Say something you would say on the show." I don't know. I say a lot of weird stuff at the time. It's film quotes on the show, and I was in the end. I was like, and in the end, I was like, "This heat wave will cook Piglet like bacon."
Yeah,
They were like, "That's brilliant and weird." I was like, "I know." That's basically I've been described.
Ryan, one week we have to do the argument between Robin Williams and Rufio, and we have to do it in the voices of Winnie the Pooh and Gollum.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Good God. That's the crossover that no one knew they needed, but they're going to get regardless.
Yep. Cool. Right, listen, we'll let you go. Carry on with your holidays. If you're around, stay in the chat, but if not, enjoy.
And until next time, I'll keep it Greek.
Keep it Greek. Oh, I like it. See you later, dude.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
See you later. Oh, dear. There we go. That was nice and unexpected. Right. Yeah. Well, there we go. We've had Cocaine Bear at the movies. We're going to carry on that on as well. We're going to do Cocaine Bear at the movies every week just for a little bit of a fun thing. That hook crossover is definitely going to happen. Just quick one in the comments. We've got a handful of people. Mick's obviously there. Andy Roberts clapping for the Cocaine Bear. Bethany Beth. Hi y'all. Hi Bethany Beth. Cole in the chat. Jacob, are you going to review the new Green Goblin Mary Jane 2-pack? I am actually. I got it. I did get it. Right here. It's actually the only Spider-Man VHS pack I've picked up yet, but I will definitely be taking a look at that in a couple of days, I reckon. Let you know my thoughts. Before we move on, did you pick up anything cool this week, Sorrel?
Oh, did I pick up anything fun this week? I got the only thing I really got this week was if I can get her out without dropping everything else on the shelf. There she is. So obviously you saw that I got all the brand new Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I literally have like all of them.
Amazing.
But my favorite thing this week, I admit that come is the Living Dead doll of the Nun.
That's cool.
I just got my dispatch notice as well from Mad About Horror for the Wednesday Addams Living Dead doll with Pink.
That's cool. That is cool.
I'll have that in hand in a few days.
I got Short Round. That literally one of the only other characters I got from the Indiana Jones Adventure line or Adventure series. the action figure I never thought I'd purchase, but kind of always wanted, Short Round. And the really cool thing about him as well that I didn't see featured anywhere is he comes with Indy's hat, and his hat is removable. So you can have both him in the Indy hat, and him with the thing. And he comes with a little doll as well.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Just really quickly in the chat, we got Holly there, Holly Roberts saying you could do Eagle, Peagle, and Gollum crossover we could have. Holly, of course, was the winner of our Blade giveaway, which we did live on the show. Holly, I did message you. He is in the post to you. I know there's a bit of a delay, but she didn't want to message me her address too quickly, but we got there in the end. That sounds really stalkerish.
That sounds really
that
weird.
sounded really bad. But no, but it is. He's in the post on the way to you. So you should have him pretty soon. But while we're on the talk of giveaway, should we have a little chat about next giveaway?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do another. We're gonna do another one. Yeah, I know I am, but it's from us. It's from us as a show. We're gonna do another giveaway. We really liked what happened with that first giveaway. And yeah, so we're gonna do another one. So we've been sent a couple of things. And yeah, we're gonna do another one. I think I've got yours, Mick. I think I've got yours. If not, I know a man who does. Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to do something a little bit different. Sorrell's going to put something up. I'm going to put something up. And during the show, we're going to have a vote as to what people want to be given away. And then the one that wins the votes will be given away either next week or the week after. I will do a giveaway live on the show. So do you want to go first or do you want me to?
I'll go first.
Cool.
So in honor of the fact that the Godzilla -1 trailer from Toho hit this week, the first giveaway option is Godzilla. This is the Vinnie Makes Godzilla, so it's a little vinyl Godzilla pack. This is from Diamond Select, and it's the official Toho Godzilla 1995, I believe it is 1995. No, sorry, 1999 and 1954 Godzillas.
Cool. Okay. And then my contribution is Star Wars related. Return of the Jedi. It is, of course, the Emperor Throne Room from the vintage collection. So pretty cool looking. It's little Emperor figure, little diorama piece as well. And there's a little cool pull-out drawer. It's got like all these little accessories in it. So you got like lightsabers and effect pieces and everything like that. And that is, of course, from Hasbro. From Hasbro. Mick, I'm not putting my hair on for a giveaway. I'm giving you this. So doesn't come with these guys. It is literally just that. But from Hasbro, Return of the Jedi, Vintage Collection, Emperor's Throne Room. And I think this was this a PulseCon exclusive?
It was a PulseCon exclusive, yeah. It was hard to come by when it first came out.
There you go. So PulseCon exclusive, Vintage Emperor's Throne Room, or your Diamond Select Mini Mates Godzilla 2 pack. So let us know in the chat which one you want to go in for a giveaway. We will put them up. There we go. Hang on a sec. So yeah. Let us know. Let us know as we're going on, and we will put one of those up for a giveaway in the future. We're going to carry on. And all the rest of it. Oh dear.
What about Ash's haunted leg?
So, someone's just sent me Mick's address. See, you ask and you get. I now have your address, Mick, and I'm not telling you who sent it to me. But cool. Okay, so we got one vote for the throne room already. Just let us know in the chat. We might put a poll up on one of the videos. Put it up on Ash's or on mine, I don't mind. But either way, we'll keep an eye on the comments. Shelley, Emperor's Throne Room. You putting a poll up?
Yeah, I'll do it now, right quick.
Andy, Throne Room as well. Like everyone's saying Throne Room. Sorry. Just cool. Okay, let's talk while the poll's going up. So there'll be a poll. I don't even know if I can do it on mine. I'm gonna have a look.
You can do it. You've got to go to your live video, and there's a little plus icon, and you click engage with your audience, and then start a poll. But I've just put it up and it's 100% on Emperor's Throne. Not a single vote for Godzilla so far.
I don't even know. I haven't got it. I haven't got it on mine.
I've done it on mine. So if people do want to vote, feel free. I'll just keep commenting. Keep commenting in the comments as well.
Let's have a look.
Both is good.
Yeah, by all means, whatever. I'm just having a little look, see if I can actually do it. Yeah, I don't know if I can.
Poor Godzilla.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right, now Andy H has voted for Zilly.
Yay!
Right, what are we talking about? Let's talk about I'll tell you what, start the next section off while we're talking telly, and I'm going to put a little banner up on the bottom. Over to you, Sorrel. I'm not talking to your bat.
You can do the same face I can pull when I do my videos as well. What are we talking about? Sorry, I'm completely oblivious to what the hell I'm meant to be doing. What have we been watching this week? So it's been another week of decent television. We had Secret Invasion yet again.
Yes.
All of these episodes though are blending together a bit for me. Not a lot happened between each one, so I'm kind of like, which episode was it this week? But obviously, just like we thought, she's not dead.
No, we knew that. We knew she wasn't going to be dead. I did not.
I know, but it just didn't. It seemed pointless to show that scene killing her off. To then in the opening scene of the next episode, oh, she's back.
No, I know that was a little. I didn't realize that she was going to have taken the extremist though. That she was going to be essentially a SuperSorrell.
A SuperSorrell, yeah.
Yeah. Are you enjoying it though?
Yeah, I kind of wish this series was released all in its entirety, and I could have just binge watched it in a couple of hours. Because there's like what? There's only about 6 episodes in it. How many episodes is there? There's not many. It's one of the shortest series, I think.
6 or 8.
Yeah. So I mean, they could have just released them all in one go, and we could have had it done in 4 hours. It just feels a bit like they're dragging this out a little bit longer over the weeks, but I don't know. It's okay. I mean, I am enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. It has been decent. It's weird hearing a supervillain with that accent, though. I can't lie.
Yeah,
it's hard to take him seriously with a Welsh accent. That sounds bad, but would you take over the word, boyo?
Yeah. How cool! I'm just having a look at looking at what's going on. How cool was Gravity using Groot arms? Yeah, I quite liked seeing. It's not Gravity though, is it?
She's corrected herself down.
Clearly a spell check. But yeah, seeing the Groot arms was really cool. Yeah. Yeah, seeing the Groot arms was really cool. I quite like what they're doing with the SuperSorrell in respect of kind of bringing it into the MCU. Here you go. I put this comment up just to grab it. Yeah, I quite like what they're doing with the SuperSorrell and they're bringing it into the MCU. I don't know. I'm not blown away by it yet. I'm enjoying it, but I think I'm the same as you. I would have liked it to have been all released in one go, and then I could just binge watched it and been prepared. But I don't know. It feels like a bit of a slow burn. It's leading to something big.
The big fight scene at the end though was decent. You know what I mean? Where they had the choppers and that coming in, and they had to get the president out of the car and stuff. That was a really cool fight scene. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. And do you think Talos is really dead?
Yeah.
I think he's done.
I think he would cheapen it to bring him back now. Like, he clearly died saving the president, showing that he's not a bad alien and he's one of the good ones. And it would be cheap to now go, oh, it was another Skrull and Talos is up in space somewhere. I hate that concept that can do that with this.
You know what, though? What would be really cool is if that sacrifice is what allows for them to be accepted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because Talos sacrificed himself, that's why they kind of accept the Skrull better than they did, if that makes sense. And I think that's probably the angle that they're going down.
I think so.
But yeah, I mean, it's mad that they've killed off two big characters that have been around for a long time, like Maria Hill and Talos, that they've killed them off within, 3 episodes of each other. So it does kind of make me think, like, what's next? Like, there must be another, like, is Nick Fury going to kick it? Like, are they going to replace Nick Fury?
Would be a bold move.
You know what I thought would be quite interesting? Andrew Orr said spoilers. I've not seen this yet. Sorry, Andrew. We talk about it on this show just because it's Sunday and came out on Wednesday. So do apologise, but yeah, we talk about the show. What I'm thinking is, in the comic books, you've got like Nick Fury Jr. and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think it would be quite cool because Nick Fury's obviously been married for years, hasn't he, with a Skrull?
Yeah.
And you haven't seen a huge amount of their private life. Like, it could be quite possible that he's got like an adult son out there because of, the amount of time that they've been together, and you didn't really see much of their house. You didn't see much of their home life. You just saw a few kind of conversations. It could be quite cool, but very cheesy if there was a son out there that was like half Skrull and half human, and that's Nick Fury Jr. and he comes into it later on or something.
Yeah, one thing I've always thought of when it comes to Nick Fury, it's not in the comic books in any way, shape, or form, but I just like this concept that Nick Fury is like a code name. Like James Bond is a code name, 007.
Yeah.
Well, same with Nick Fury. I've always imagined, because like Nick Fury went from a middle-aged white guy to a young black man in the comic books. It's like he's changed so many times over the years, and he's had so many different versions of him. I like to imagine that Nicholas Fury, the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., is a code name. He is codename Agent S.H.I.E.L.D., like Agent Fury.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool.
And Nicholas is just his taken name that he chose. But it would be cool if like they did like a scene where we got like a guy in an eye patch, grayed outside haircut in the blue suit from the comic books taking over as the new Nicholas Fury. You know what I mean? Or like the new Agent Fury.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool concept. But no, I don't. Samuel Jackson's getting older, and he's been doing this for over 10 years. I could see them making him kick it as long as the right reason behind it goes, for it.
Yeah. Andrew Orr pointed out there, though, that version is, of course, his son. That is Nick Fury Jr.
Yeah.
In the comic books, that's how they kind of
That's how they explained it.
Yeah. So I would like to see that happen again, but with a potential kind of
new actor playing him.
I just think they've kind of opened up the, there's the option there. Ryan is in the comments, trying to be down with the kids, and he's trying to put in an emoji there, but it's just face orange face orange raised eyebrow. Viz saying we need Baldimus Prime. You missed him. He joined in just at the beginning. But yeah, so yeah, I think that'd be quite a cool concept. I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it. I'll tell you what I did watch. Transformers, the Beast one.
Transformers.
Actually, probably my favorite Transformers to date.
Yeah, good.
It was actually quite. It was robot smashy stuff or whatever it is that Ryan. How is it like?
Smashy robot fun.
That's it. It was smashy robot fun with animals. It was just brilliant. No, it was quite fun. It was good fun. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. Not kind of going to rush out and buy stuff or buy merchandise or anything like that. But it was, yeah. Andy H in the comments just said Ryan Speaks Geek versus Started with Click Shelley next week on the Geek Week debate and or fight. Ooh, might have to get Shelley on one week and let him just hash it out. So yeah, okay. Watch anything else? Did you catch anything else, or should we talk trailers?
Let's talk trailers. I'm excited for trailers.
All right, let's kick it off. Wonka.
I'm looking forward to Wonka. It looks good.
I thought it looked good.
I just liked Hugh Grant at the end.
I know Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa is genius. But I think the reason I liked it, and it came up in the wording, and it was like, from the director of Paddington and the producer of Harry Potter or something like that. And I just thought that is a really good explanation. It is like Paddington meets Harry Potter with chocolate.
It was one of them films that you know it's going to be full of like big sets or in like awe-inducing moments where you kind of like wow, and big probably dance numbers thrown in there at some point. It just looks that kind of film, doesn't it? That you don't have to take overly seriously. It's just going to be a fun watch.
And it just looked fun, and it was very. It kind of fit. Holly said that. Have you seen the Wonka Gangs of New York meme? No, I haven't yet, but I will look that up as soon as I finish. But it was also kind of reminiscent of the older film with what's his name in it?
Gene Wilder.
Which, don't attack me for saying this, but when Brandon Routh first took on in Superman Returns, and we saw the trailers for that, and everyone was very much like, wow, this is really reminiscent of Christopher Reeve's kind of Superman. It gave me those vibes that it was kind of like, yes, this is very in keeping with what I knew or what I like about that film. And I think it could be quite a good prequel. Yeah. I just hope 100%. I hope they don't do anything that doesn't work for it being a prequel, if that makes sense. Like already the Oompa Loompa is too small in comparison to how big they were in Gene Wilder's, but hey ho.
In the book though, they weren't ever as big as what they were in Gene Wilder. It's just because obviously at the time of the Gene Wilder one, there wasn't CGI like there is now, so they couldn't make them look proper. But in the book, like the drawings in the book, they're quite small. They're quite small little creatures. They're not meant to be like dwarf humans.
No, exactly.
And this obviously is it's in keeping more with the book because of some of the scenes we saw, like where he goes to South America and things like that. We saw that kind of touched on in the one with Johnny Depp, but this looks more in keeping with the book version, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. Shelley's throwing shade here. Look, she was like, although Ryan looks like Andy wants to see a fight next week. Shelley, we are booking you in. We are booking you in at some point, and I think Ryan is away next week. I think he's coming. No, he's flying back next Sunday, so he might not be in next week. But we will speak to you outside the show, and we'll get you on as a guest. No doubt about that.
In the comments, Holly's just about it. Andy and Holly are about it. This week, obviously, when Wonka dropped, you know Gonzo from the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yep.
Wonka is basically wearing his outfit, like to a T. To a T.
He is, yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he really is. Yeah.
That is the film you didn't know you needed, isn't it? The Muppets, Willy Wonka and the Muppet Factory. That is the film you didn't know you needed.
Can you imagine a Muppets version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Sam Eagle as Grandpa.
Oh, that's perfect casting, isn't it? That is I'm just thinking now. But you know that Kermit would be like.
Would be Willy Wonka.
No, I don't know. Or would he be? Yeah, he would be Willy Wonka, and then what's his name would be Charlie. What's the little frog called?
Yeah, the little Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim one. Yeah. I just want to see this now. What else do we see? Ahsoka, the TV spot.
That looked good.
Got me hyped. Really did get me hyped.
That made it look like it was Rebels, like the next season, didn't it? It stopped being Ahsoka. It was all about the Rebels.
Who is it? What's the name of the actress that plays Ahsoka in
Rosie Dawson?
So
no. Ashley Eckstein.
Yes. So she's posted saying that she absolutely urges people to watch the Clone Wars, the Rebels, all that kind of stuff ahead of this show to understand Ahsoka's kind of backstory and where she's come from. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to watch ahead of Ahsoka because that's coming out in August. Pretty soon, isn't it?
It's definitely Rebels. Rebels is definitely what you're going to want to watching just because of the whole backstory of the Darksaber, where Sabine started to learn to use the Darksaber, and now she's obviously becoming a Jedi. That whole storyline, that whole final season, you need that.
Yeah. I'm gutted that she cut her hair though. Like, I don't know. Like,
she always had short hair in the film. She never had longer hair in the program. She always had short hair.
No, I know, but I
'Cause
like the
it doesn't
color.
it doesn't stick out the bottom of the helmet, does it? It's
No.
always covered by the helmet. So
Yeah, and I suppose they had to, really, didn't they, because of wearing the helmet. So, but yeah, it just looks awesome. It really does. It just looks. It's. I think it's the most excited I've been for. I'm more excited for this than I was for Obi-Wan. Not gonna lie. Only because Obi-Wan wasn't a story that I think I needed, so I wasn't kind of hyped for it. There was a lot in it that I was pleased that they gave us, but Ahsoka, like you say, it is the end of the kind of the next step for Rebels, isn't it?
yeah, my big thing on this on Ahsoka, I think the ending is going to be Sabine going after the dark saber so she can rule her people. Because clearly, what she the at the end of Mandalorian, we've got I forgot her name. Mandalorian lady. She's trying to unite the clans.
Which one are you talking about? Bo-Katan?
Bo-Katan, yeah. Sorry, Bo-Katan's trying to unite the clans. Din
Yep.
Djarin's helping her. I've just got this feeling after the whole training and getting a lightsaber and all that, I think she'll challenge for the dark saber to rule the people with, as a
And
Jedi
then
Mandalorian.
It's a way of Ahsoka then crossing into Mandalorian and then tying it
Yeah.
all up. And yeah. Isn't there a movie in the mix as well?
Yeah, the movies. I think there's going to be one more season of Mando, and then I think it's the movie.
So you think that will be the storyline of the
big
movie?
storyline tie-in for the film? Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it?
That'd be
To tie
quite
it
cool.
all off. The movie's got to end with them, with all the people returning to Mandalore. It just has to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, Andy H has got a good theory on this one. He's saying basically what Joey B is saying. If I remember rightly, Andy is saying similar to what Joey B says, that yeah, the Inquisitor that Ahsoka is fighting is Ezra. That would be awesome. Because the fact that you've got to think Ezra's escaped with Thrawn. Thrawn's now the heir to the Empire. Clearly, Thrawn survived. He's either managed to convince Ezra to join him, or he's killed Ezra. There's only two options there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Maybe Ezra has been the one that's been training the Inquisitors this entire time.
That massively changes Rebels, though.
They've got to do something to bring back Ezra. How would he have got away from Ezra? Ezra's a Jedi and wanted to have him killed. It's got to be they've had to work together to the point where he's joined to the dark side, because he always had a hint of the dark side anyway.
Yeah.
It would be cool to see him fall. It would be cool to see him fall, because then the idea is that Ahsoka couldn't be there for Anakin, but she can be there for Ezra. She couldn't save Anakin. She can save Ezra, and that could be her mission. She's not like there could be that really cool scene of where he's like telling her to leave or something, and she's like, "I left Anakin. I'm not leaving you, Ezra."
You know what? That does make sense as well, because we heard they've referenced Anakin, haven't they?
Yep, he's in it.
Is he really?
Hayden Christen's in it as Anakin. Well, yeah, because you remember in Rebels they had she had the holocrons, and they had like communication things from like Obi-Wan Kenobi when the Jedi Temple was attacked. You saw that in Rebels. He had the little holocron that had the little pop-up thing from and then there was a scene where Ahsoka was showing Ezra stances and the battle sequences, and it was Anakin on the little blue holocron doing it. So I've got a feeling it'll be like something like that, where we've seen flashbacks or like recorded things that help train the Jedis by Obi-Wan and Anakin.
I would really like to see an in-person flashback and to see a live-action Ahsoka and a live-action Anakin together on. That would be very cool, because they wouldn't need to. It wouldn't need to be something new for the storyline, but it would be good for fan service to just kind of give us some kind of flashback. It'd have to obviously be pre, all the big fight scenes and that in Rebels, wasn't it? It'd have to be ahead of all of that, but just something. Yeah, something would really cool. Andy said as well in the comments it could be that he brainwashes him. Just for reference sake as well, for anyone that hasn't seen Rebels, like basically Rebels ends with Thrawn and Ezra going off, didn't they? They went off into
So yeah, so it came down to the moment where Thrawn was going to win. So Ezra took massive cojones and basically decided to send that ship off into a warp speed to get it away from the Empire, so Thrawn wouldn't be captured and be taken back, and they would lose. So basically, he basically stole Thrawn, didn't he? He kidnapped him and went off into the galaxy. And they don't know where.
No. Have you ever seen the Dennis Quaid film, Enemy Mine?
No.
Watch it. That is my recommendation for anyone that is interested. It's an old, late 80s, maybe early 90s film called Enemy Mine, starring Dennis Quaid. And essentially, it's about humans and another race. I can't remember what they're called, but they're two races that are at war. And these two soldiers, one of them being Dennis Quaid and one of them being this other character, get kind of shipwrecked on this planet, like completely away from everyone. They can't be rescued or anything like that. So there's just one soldier from each side, like marooned on this planet. And yeah, they start off fighting each other and trying to kind of kill the other one. And then obviously, as the kind of months and the years go on, they end up becoming like best friends, to the extent where the alien has a baby. I'm just going to tell you the whole story now. But the alien has a baby because they're like asexual or whatever. And then Dennis Quaid takes the baby on because the other one died, because the character died. Just got a few characters here. Got it on DVD. Great film. Loved Enemy Mine. Can't understand the grief it got at release. No, it wasn't. It's one of them weird ones that people either know it or they don't. But basically, he takes on this baby and kind of raises him in his own. And I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, but I think that there might be an aspect of Enemy Mine to Ezra and Thrawn, in the respect that wherever this warp speed took them, they end up on this planet and they fight and they fight and they fight, but then they're the only two people there. So eventually they start coming around to becoming friends. And I don't think that Thrawn necessarily becomes good, but I think that in that context where there's no other influence, it's hard to see him as evil, if that makes sense. And Ezra and him become friends. And then that's how Ezra becomes this Inquisitor. That would be my guess. So yeah, Andy H, late 80s, maybe 85, starring Lewis Gossett Jr. as the alien. Yeah, it's definitely a good film. Definitely well worth watching. It's just one of them random ones that I watched it over and over and over again for ages in like the early 90s. But yeah, if you watch that and imagine the two characters as Ezra and Thrawn, there's definitely a possibility of them kind of adapting that type of storyline to them, because then also it wouldn't make Thrawn good and it wouldn't make Ezra bad. It would just make them adapt to the situation that they're in. Yeah. So that could work. But then I don't know how Ezra would then come back and start killing everyone. But I don't know. I'll work out the details. He doesn't
necessarily have to be the one killing, because they're hunting him. So it's a case of they just keep bumping into him, and obviously he defends Thrawn or something to that effect to keep them at bay. Yeah. Because you know a bit like in that fight scene that we saw in Rebels between Ahsoka and Vader. Vader wasn't out to kill Ahsoka, and Ahsoka wasn't out to kill Vader. She just refused to leave him. So it's that kind of a fight where they're kind of equally matched and can't really kill each other. Yeah, and it's been years. It's been years that they've been away. So if you think about the two of them stuck on a place together for years, it's not been that long. Has it not? No. There's only 8 years between the first Star Wars and the last one. 8 years after the Battle of Yavin is where we're set at the minute. So we're talking maybe about 12, 13 years since we last saw Ezra. Yeah. Because Ezra's set just before episode 4, so it's been about 12 years. Okay, but if it was just you and someone else on a planet for 12 years... for 12 years, yeah. That's enough time. It's not been sort of 6 weeks. You know what I mean? Yeah, 12 years is enough time for them to become friends in a situation-y kind of situation. Everyone always does that thing where they go, well, it must have been a while because that's set just after episode 3 and this is set after episode 6. It's like there's only 8 years, there's only an 8-year gap between the 3 movies. It's not that long. Yeah. The timeline is not as long as the production line. That's what people need to remember. But one thing that I'm looking for, I'm hoping, because they keep asking Freddie Prinze Jr. whether he's done anything for this film. And he keeps saying, no, his time on Star Wars is over. He won't come back. He enjoyed what he did. He wouldn't come back. You know, when you think, oh, someone protests too much.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he's done a voice clip at least. I would like to think there's a moment where, like, Ezra is, like, under stress or something, and we hear Freddie Prinze Jr. voice in his head or something. You just hear a Force Ghost voice.
Yeah.
Breathe, Ezra. Relax. Be one with the Force.
All I'll say is, do you
so
not
cool.
remember Andrew Garfield's publicity run into No Way Home? Like, he was the lies that he was telling upon lie upon lie was just, you know. And I think that Freddie Prinze Jr. is the kind of person as well that would get behind that and feel that it's a valid lie, like a good lie. But yeah. Andy. Ahsoka might have said that the Imperial biscuits taste like they were from Aldi, and that sent Inquisitor into a fit of rage. Maybe. Any other? Oh, Haunted Mansion.
Oh, that looks so good. Did you see the latest TV spot for it?
I haven't watched that. No, I haven't watched the latest one.
So the latest TV spot was my favorite because it's got my favorite ghost in it, the Hatbox Ghost, and you see a full of the bride as well for the first time. Cool. And they've gone for the classic bride with the axe from the ride, which looks awesome. But you see the Hatbox Ghost. He sort of turns a corner and then turns towards the camera, and he's got the head in the hatbox, and then it disappears from there to his face and back again. It's amazing. So clever, just like in the ride. But yeah, that to me is making me excited because I love the ride. And the last one with Eddie Murphy, they kind of touched on some of the ghosts from the ride, but not all of them. So it's kind of cool to see more of the lesser known ones, like Hatbox is only popular through the fan base. He's actually not even in the Florida ride. He's only in the California one.
Oh, really?
He's only featured in California, but he's like the fan favorite.
See, that goes to show though, because I've not been to California. I've only been to Florida. But I know who that ghost is.
It's because every piece of merchandise has the Hatbox Ghost on it because he's really popular.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I didn't even realize I hadn't seen him. I thought I had.
Yep, he's not there. he was never included.
Effect.
Yeah, he was never included because I believe in the Florida one that's different to the California one. The bride's in the loft. Normally it's Hatbox at the end of the corridor and then before you get to the graveyard. That's normally Hatbox in the California one, but in Florida they put the bride there with the CGI face. We can be together forever.
Oh yeah.
Love that ride. The Phantom Manor in Paris is my ultimate favorite because that is like more gothic-y, darker, scary version. They didn't bother with the like fun elements of that one. It's just a straight up ghost ride.
Yeah, just straight up trying to scare you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think I went on that this time round.
Because it's like it's a frontier town as well, which is totally different. So you start off in like a western sort of like setting, and it goes underground, like into the grave, and you end up in like this underground like underworld of like cowboys and Indians. It's amazing.
Yeah, I definitely missed it this time round.
It's a great one, great ride.
What man's that? Oh man, I was so taken back with Marvel. I completely forgot to go on that one. I went on Terra, but
which version of Terra did you get? Stitch or Standard Lift or the Ghost Girl?
Ghost Girl.
Ghost Girl, yeah. Which starts whispering in dark at you.
Yeah,
it's amazing. There's like 3 different versions of that ride. Sometimes you get Stitch biting the cables, and then it just drops.
Yeah, I've seen them all. But I'm trying to think. Yeah, because I took my 4-year-old on it, and it was Ghost Girl. And I had to tell him that she was trying to help us. Like that's, she's trying to get us out. It's fine. Like, don't worry. They're like, it's all good. She's a good ghost. Like in Nightmare Before Christmas. Like they're all nice monsters, but they just look scary. But yeah, he was. I was like, should we go on it again? He was like, no. No. But I was more scared because you obviously come out your seat, don't you? And so I had my hand over him, and like I could feel him flying up. But yeah, it was really cool though because we were over there with a load of people because my wife's stage school, and it was one of the only times on a ride where we got to the bit where you fill up the cart, and everybody in the cart we knew. Like, so it was all like we had a whole car full of people we knew, bar 2 people at the front. So it was really enjoyable. It's like one of them situations that you don't really get very often.
That's cool.
But yeah. Right, time is getting on. I think we need to get onto our spotlight, because otherwise we're gonna miss. So let's go on this week's spotlight. This week's spotlight, we are going to talk about the inevitable upcoming San Diego Comic-Con 2023.
Yeah.
There's been a few drops.
There's been a lot of drops. It's been insane.
There's been a
The last
few
couple of days have been nuts.
Yeah. I think though, yeah, there's one more thing that I want to talk about before at the end, but let's talk San Diego. Where do you want to start with it? Which brand should we start with?
Well, there was the one announcement this week that we haven't touched on that I think people are going to want us to touch on, which was the inevitable Michael Morbius Spider-Man 6-arm re-release pack.
Oh yeah, that came out, didn't it?
That was a random one.
It
kind of feels like that was the underwhelming announcements. We thought they'd get that out of the way prior to San Diego.
What's a real shame is that it feels very much that Marvel Legends right now is playing into the new collectors.
Yes,
if that makes sense. And I'm pleased for new collectors, because like the Morbius that you've got in it is obviously the older version that came out back in 2016.
15.
Is it 16?
16, yeah, that wave.
2016, and that's pretty much unchanged.
I've not done a thing to it. I've looked over that image because I love Morbius. He's my favorite character, and I was hoping that this one was going to be pinless at least, so I can at least get rid of my old one that's now gone floppy and get a new one that's kind of a good firm figure again. But this one's not. It's not even pinless. It's the exact same figure from years ago, even down to the accessories. There's nothing new here. It's just a repack.
The 2 different capes are, and they're cool capes, because obviously if you change his arms around, it looks like he's flying and stuff. But yeah, I was a bit underwhelmed by that, and it just felt very much like they were doing this for the new collectors, because this is your classic style Morbius, and obviously more recently we've only got the modern versions. And the same with 6-arm Spider-Man. He's a character that, although the first one got a lot of hate, there was a lot of people that hated it. I was still really pleased that we got it, because it was, again, one of them really iconic moments in the animated series as well, when he grew those extra arms. But
they've gone to the lengths of changing Spider-Man. They've given him an ab crunch now. They've
only
got the ab crunch now, at least.
Only the ab crunch. It's not much.
It's the fact that to do that, they would have to retool the whole figure. And while they were doing that, they could have done Morbius, couldn't they? They could have done something to him. The fact that they've just straight up shoved an old Morbius in a box with a new tooled Spider-Man.
But they haven't retooled him. They haven't retooled him a huge amount, because the feet on this particular figure really annoyed me, because they're not very stable feet for something that's very top heavy, and they've not changed them. So I'm kind of like, you know what, you've given us the ab crunch, which is great, because the previous version was just a static chest piece, although it was very good for customizers and being able to pop it open and get those arms out. But yeah, I don't know. I would have preferred it if they had made this a man spider. Do you remember the man spider character? If they had made it that, so the next step from this one and Morbius, I could have got behind it. I could have gone, you know what, there's a new character there. People have wanted that for years, and we're getting a new Morbius, like an updated Morbius. But the fact that these are just essentially 2 figures we've had previously boxed up together, I don't know. I'll wait for this one. I'm not rushing out for this one.
No. And I tell you what,
the added articulation is a plus. But again, it's not even pinless. It would have been great if it was pinless.
Earlier this week, the guys at Marvel Legends sort of had a bit of a joke, didn't they, about the new Wolverine that's coming out that you've already created, and basically said they can't make figures that fast. Well, SH Figure Arts did. The trailer released on the Monday, and by the Saturday, we've got a figure completely done. This is the new Godzilla from the -1 trailer. I know it's very similar to ones we've had previously, but to be fair, so's Wolverine. It's just an easy retool they could do. But the fact that the Monster Arts did it within a week shows that it can be done. And they're a bigger company. They're a smaller company, sorry, than Marvel.
I think the thing to bear in mind, though, is that the Wolverine definitely wouldn't have been on concept art. They wouldn't have seen that image before we did. Whereas with this, there's potential that the toy manufacturers would have got this image a long time before.
So yeah, Toho do work very, very closely with Bandai. Obviously, Bandai have been releasing Toho figures since the beginning, I believe. So I mean, I think they're pretty much their only.
But that's what I find really bizarre. I don't understand why these film companies, especially when it's Marvel and Marvel Legends and stuff, don't give all the information to these toy companies. It just would make sense. Tell you what, just while we're on it, we'll talk Wolverine. There's my little guy. But very easy. But you say about it not being like you can't make figures that quickly. This costume is pretty much spot on, and it was literally just Death Dealer. You take the coat off Death Dealer, and I haven't done anything to that. I've literally just repainted it. The only thing I've added are the shoulder pads. That is all I added to this, just the little rounded shoulder pads. And that was just the Cerebro helmet that I cut in half and just made shoulder pads. But it's all there. Like they have all of these pieces because like even the body, even the armor, the suit armor, is just it's there. It's
spot on.
So it does. I mean, for me, it was just a case of I looked at the images and I was like, right, he's got like the like kind of armored chest. He's got knee pads. He's got boots. He's got gloves. So what figure have they got that has all of those things? And it was Death Dealer, but not a lot of people knew because obviously you've got this coat on Death Dealer and it's glued shut, but you take it out and it's a similar mold to one of the Ant-Man figures as well. But yeah. But there we go. Andy has said, while we're talking about it, do you think that those sleeves will be edited out post-production? I don't know. I don't know. I think it works because I don't know.
I know everyone wants to see Wolverine the way he looked in the comic books, but Hugh Jackman's getting older now. He probably is being helped from the padding in the suit a little bit nowadays. He's knocking on. He's 50 odd.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's probably thanking the suit a little bit. And to be fair, when they're doing stunts and stuff, to be covered up in a padded suit, probably a lot more comfortable.
Yeah. I did a video about it, but I'm going to throw my theory out there now, just so that it's there and so that people hear it. But I think that we're going to see Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, an adaptation of that film. There was a lot of speculation that they were going to use that as the third film. I think that there's two possible outcomes for this. Either it's going to be Kills the Marvel Universe, and therefore he goes back through the Fox catalog and wipes them all out, so that then they're done, and then we have potential to do it, or we're going to have some kind of Mojo tie in here because they both put on their Instagram "Don't Blink," which didn't really make sense, but Mojo has all his eyes like wide open, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So I don't know whether that's a little hint to that. Maybe I don't know. But Mojo would be quite cool, and it would also play into why Elektra's involved because Mojo. For anyone who doesn't read the comic books, Mojo essentially has a TV show where he pits different superheroes against different superheroes, and Mojo could very much be pulling people in from different places to fight against each other.
They could have some new actors playing like Shatterstar, and they could introduce a few MCU X-Men that way through that, like Shatterstar and
or they could pull back the characters that they used before. Like the actors that they used before. So like Shatterstar we only saw very briefly, didn't we? Because he died in a leaf chopper or whatever it was. But pulling him in before then to face off against Elektra and Elektra against, and have all of those characters, because the one thing that didn't tie up for me in regards to the Kills the Marvel Universe is that we've never seen Wolverine in the yellow suit, have we? So he's not actually directly from any of the previous properties that we've had.
Yeah.
If we saw him in his old black suit, or if we saw him in his whatever suit, quite possibly. But the other reason why I think that it won't be the Kills the Marvel Universe is because we've also seen we've also seen Wolverine in the Logan costume. We've seen pictures of him on set in the big beard and the black jacket. So I think there's going to be multiple Wolverines in this film.
That'd be cool.
That's my theory. Like we wanted to see Wolverine in a Deadpool film, so now he's going to give us all the Wolverines. But then you could even go down the angle that if they're really gonna go down the Kills the Universe or the Mojo route, and they're going to pull Wolverine out of the Fox universe and they're going to pull Elektra out of the Fox universe, that means that they've also got the first Deadpool from Wolverine. He's in that mix, so we could see Wolverine Deadpool versus Deadpool, like the different versions, and him just kind of completely annihilate him. I don't know. I just think there's a lot of possibilities, but then you've also got to think that it's now under the Disney umbrella. So I don't know.
How would you feel about the concept of Daphne Keane returning to play X-23 now she's a little bit older, and using her, like they could pull her from a different universe where she's a bit older,
100%,
and bring her into this one,
she
and just have her, because now she's now what, 18, 19? They can now stick her in the proper black suited X-23 costume, and she'd be about the right age now.
She looks exactly like she would in the comics now. She's the right age, the right build, the right height, all that kind of stuff. Like she would be.
They brought her back as like to be Wolverine for the MCU going forward, because everyone's always doing that thing of saying they don't want to see someone else take over Hugh Jackman's role because he's so iconic. But they could do it because, like in the modern comics, she puts on the yellow suit. So how cool would it be at the end of the film if she puts on the yellow and blue?
Yeah, massive. That would be amazing.
That'd be a great pop, wouldn't it?
That would be amazing. Andy's just said as well, there's supposedly meant to be multiple versions of Deadpool. Sooty has worn to the classic OTT red, and also him just being Ryan Reynolds in a Wrexham shirt. You know what? That sounds believable because, getting Wrexham in there. But I think multiple versions of each character is a definite possibility. And that would tie into the kind of Mojo-esque kind of storyline. Like there's got to be a big bad at the end of the day. There's got to be a main bad guy in the superhero film, and who we haven't heard any. Like the Wolverine announcement has taken over everything to the extent where no one's really questioning who the bad guy is going to be. So, just my theory. And I'm not the only person to say it. Multiple people are saying it. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
I'm hoping for an Ian McKellen cameo, and for Deadpool to do the same thing that he did last time and say, like someone says, we're gonna, a Magneto is coming. I want him to do the, McKellen or what's it called? Fassbender. Yeah, Fassbender or McKellen. And then McKellen turns up and he like punches Wolverine like, oh, it's McKellen.
Yeah.
I want like some geeky in moment like that from Ryan Reynolds, because he's good at that stuff. He's very good at it.
Interestingly, I don't know if you're familiar with the Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe.
I've never read it. It's one comic I've never read.
So, in a nutshell, without going into too much detail,
didn't they do a Deadpool Kills the Zombies or something at one point?
There's a couple. There was a Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe 2.
I think I've read the Zombies one. I think where Deadpool's killing all the zombies, but other than that, no.
Yeah. Andy said that Emma Corrin has been cast as the main villain in the movie, but do we know who she is? Like, she could play Mojo. No, that's fine. Yeah. So, just in a real nutshell, basically, he goes a bit nuts in the comic book, and he's convinced that everybody is a fictional character except for him. That makes sense. So it would tie in with him going back and killing these characters because they're not real superheroes. If that makes sense. But there is a set photo that shows like a destroyed Fox 20th Century Fox kind of logo as well. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited. Right,
Emma Corrin could be Gwenpool. She's blonde. Emma Corrin could be Gwenpool.
That'd be interesting to introduce her into it.
Yeah, that would be a cool thing.
That would be very interesting. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. But they have said that it's going to be basically like Deadpool's version of No Way Home, and just bring in all the characters. I also think we're going to see Daredevil, but Ben Affleck's Daredevil.
Ben Affleck's Daredevil.
I'm 90% sure we're going to see him. Like, yeah. Because there isn't a huge amount of films in that universe. There's the Fantastic Four with Jessica Alba, like those Fantastic Four. There's Elektra, there's Daredevil, and there's the X-Men films. And then obviously now the Deadpool film.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, but Spider-Man fell into the kind of Sony arc, whereas the 20th Century Fox contained those films alone. So it would be very easy to pull those characters back in or those actors back in to do it. So, Andy's got a good shout. Her playing Death. That would be a really good shout.
Death itself, yeah, I'd like that.
Because obviously he falls in love with her, doesn't he, in the comic books? And
he does.
How about, though, they kind of play into it a little bit and Death becomes Lady Deadpool and they rewrite that?
That could be cool. Because they've already done the Thanos thing. So, I mean, yeah, they need another reason for her to be in it. So, just to run through the list of, just to be interesting, the 20th Century Fox consists of Deadpool, X-Men First Class, Dark Phoenix, Logan, The New Mutants, Deadpool 2, Daredevil, and Elektra, and the Fantastic Four, and the Fantastic Four: Rise of Silver Surfer.
Oh, there you go. I got that pretty much spot on. I just left out New Mutants.
Mm-hmm. So we've got all those characters to play with. I mean, New Mutants. We're all crying out for some of those New Mutants to come back.
That would be a perfect way of them bringing magic into it.
Open portals.
Like they literally just bring the New Mutants into it, kill off any of the ones they don't want to keep, and then push the rest into. Because basically, whoever survives this film with Deadpool
will go forward in the MCU. Yes,
that's essentially it. This is like the X factor for 20th Century Fox superheroes.
So looking at it, we could literally have Deadpool. Then from the X-Men franchise, we're going to bring Wolverine and Daphne Keane. Then from New Mutants, we're going to bring in Magic. Fuck it, we'll bring Cable. And was there anyone else in Dark Phoenix we liked? I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few of them. I'd Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. He's a good Quicksilver.
But
yeah, say that would be a cool way of at the end of the film. You've just got this handful of characters remaining, and they're the ones that go forward, continuing the character roles. That would be a really cool way of writing them in.
It'd be a very, very cool, but that's essentially it. Whoever survives this film is in the MCU, because the next step is this is already kind of bridging the gap, isn't it? This particular film. So so it's a very easy way of them bringing any of those characters that did well into the MCU. X-23, Magic. Logan's not gonna. He's not gonna survive. He's not gonna make it over because he just can't. This will be his getting off point.
I don't know.
It's not. Hugh Jackman is not going to do this again.
This is why I suggested the idea of bringing him over so everyone can relax. He's officially part of the MCU. He's one version of Logan. But then you have Daphne Keane go forward as Wolverine. Then you don't have to recast him. Just use characters we've not used, but we've already had the stories of Cyclops, Storm, and Jean Grey 1,000 times over. Do we really want that again?
Yeah, that's very true. Right, let's get on to San Diego Comic-Con. We've got 25 minutes. Obviously, next week we're going to talk about it a lot more because of the timing and everything. But let's have a very quick chat. So I'll tell you what, I've got a list up here. So far, we have had announced from Hasbro. There's only 4 announcements that I can remember that have been announced by Hasbro. One of them is the Marvel Legends Deadpool and Hydra Bob. The other one is the Vintage Collection Black Kuristan. G.I. Joe, we've got Chuckles, the Classified Series 6-inch Chuckles, and Transformers, we've got the War Dawn 2-pack, which is Ariel and Dion. Sorry if I haven't announced that correctly.
Did you see that Steve Evans put the announcement out for Deadpool and then quickly retracted it?
Yeah.
I think he got a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, I think that went out better quickly. I'm a bit disappointed with that Deadpool. I'm not going to lie. Again, it's just kind of it's playing into new collectors because it's a very cool Deadpool. It's more articulated. It's on that newer mold. But the thing that really disappoints me with it is that the Hydra Bob is a different color to all the other Hydra soldiers that we've got. So the coloring is different. Whereas for anyone that collected back in the day where the Riders came out, you got that Hydra Bob head in the green colors of the Hydra soldiers. So you could make a Hydra Bob. So you've essentially got one. But this one, cool as he is a different color. So he'll stand out in your collection. And that's the only thing that kind of griped with me. My favorite part of the whole 2-pack is the pointing fingers for Deadpool, because he can do the pew, 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 pew. But even the accessories didn't get me that excited. There's a lot of Shang-Chi accessories in there, from the staff to the nunchucks and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean,
everything was reused, wasn't it?
Oh, pretty much. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's a cool 2-pack, and I'm really excited for people that are excited about it. But for me, it's not anything that I'm gonna rush out to get. You know, when you think about like the Hellfire box set that we had previously, or the Defenders subway car and stuff like that, they were box sets that kind of made me go, yeah, I need to get that. I need to try to get that. Whereas this one, I'll wait. I'll happily wait.
Yeah, the G.I. Joe figure made me laugh, because it really does look like it's just come straight out of Fortnite. That just looks like a Fortnite character, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. It's just a very weird release. I don't think I've ever heard of this character ever.
No, I'm not familiar with it, but the accessories in this are phenomenal. So the handcuffs, the broken handcuffs, brilliant. Binoculars, fantastic. Suitcase is always good, but the brass knuckle hands,
yeah,
very, very cool. Sunglasses, again, very, very cool. The headphones are very Star-Lord-esque.
Even the little file piece.
Yeah,
I can think of 1,000 uses in photography for that.
If I was only able to pick up one San Diego Comic-Con box set from Hasbro, this would be the one I'd go for.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely that would be the one I'd go for.
My favorite announcement, though, for San Diego, moving away from Hasbro, my favorite San Diego box set, you can call it a box set, is the one from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So Steven Spielberg and the I can never say this one, Dilophosaurus. 2-pack.
Dilophosaurus, the spitter.
Dilophosaurus, the spitter. So it's the same Dilophosaurus that they've already. It's just a re-release of the Dilophosaurus, but they've included Steven Spielberg and a camera and a director's chair. These are 3 3/4 inch. Don't forget, not 6 inch now. It's part of the Amber collection. So
the Amber collection, aren't they? And I'm kind of annoyed at myself for not jumping on the Amber collection sooner when it first came out. The size just kind of put me off, but this as a box set is just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Even to the extent where it looks like that Dilophosaurus is on like a rig. Like
they've really gone all out with this set. It looks really cool.
The box as well looks like a clapperboard. It's just a really nice box set, and the production pictures, like that is a good production picture. Like that is some serious effort that's gone into that. Like even little background characters there, like they've put some serious effort into these promo shots. Yeah, it's just a really cool box set. Andy, just quickly, still not seeing any lanterns in his SDCC drops, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna admit I don't. Has there been any lantern drops? I'm not sure if there even has been any. There's been some announcements from McFarlane, but I don't think they were San Diego.
No,
I think they were just regular announcements.
I'm just checking now. It was whether Diamond collected any, but they didn't.
Yeah, shove that picture up if you don't mind while you're looking.
Yeah, sorry.
My favorite thing you've got is Grogu Tamagotchi in a box. What? This is a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. And this is a Grogu Tamagotchi. You can only get this version of the Tamagotchi if you go to San Diego. There have been other releases of this same Tamagotchi. They released it in blue and they released it in orange, I want to say. But this is like a dark brown version. It's just keep re-releasing them in different colors. It's so weird. But yeah, there's some random announcement news. I just thought that was funny. Tamagotchis are back in a massive way. It's so weird. They're all over the place again. It's like being back in the 90s.
I've got so many lists here of what we've got.
Exclusives way, I've got a whole box of me and I've not got any lanterns listed.
No, I've not got any lanterns listed.
I've been gathering these picks all week.
Shall I go through the list I've got? I'll just shout them all out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So This is via Preternia.com. Good website to check out.
Yeah.
So, WizKids, we've got Marvel HeroClix Hawkeye and Hawkeye, DC HeroClix Batman, DC HeroClix Space Ghost. From Loyal Subjects, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael, and Michelangelo. Symbiote Studios, we've got Transformers Slag Plush. Oh, it's Slag, isn't it? I always forget that's what it's called, Slag. Super 7, we've got Dungeons and Dragons, Formidable Fighter booth. Formidable Fighter, sorry, not in booth, that's their booth number. And Super Cyborg 12-inch Transformer. From Sideshow, we've got Hot Toys, Spider-Man, Advanced Suit. We've got Hot Toys, Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales. We've got Iron Studios, Yondu and Groot deluxe statue, sorry. And we've got Professor X statue. From NECA, we've got TMNT 3 Samurai 4-pack. We've got TMNT 2 The Secret of the Ooze. Kino with Scooter. We've got Gremlins 2 The New Batch Ultimate Showgirl. We've got a Comic-Con exclusive Alf. We've got the Universal's Monsters glow-in-the-dark creature from the Black Lagoon that we looked at previously. From Mondo, we've got X-Men animated series, Magneto, Logan, Prince Adam, Man-Bat from animated series Batman, Space Godzilla, a vinyl, Rodan, a vinyl, Cherry Blossom glow-in-the-dark figure. We've got from McFarlane, we've got them glow-in-the-dark figures we looked at previously. We've got Gold Label Sketch Edition Spawn. We've got Gold Label Superman 85th Anniversary. We've got Sketch Gold Label Superman and Batman He Who Laughs. Gold Label Nightfall Batman. We've got Mr. Freeze. We've got Bane. We've got the Dark Knight Trilogy Bank Robber Joker. And we've got the Space Ghost version of Joker. Well, it's not a Space Ghost, but you know, the night vision sonar, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Mattel, we've got the Muhammad Ali box set. Have you seen that one yet? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. We've got Jurassic Park Spielberg, we just looked at. We got Hot Wheels, Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler with Ian Malcolm in the back. And we've got a Marvel 2-pack of race cars as well. There's a whole bunch from Jazzwares as well, just different Star Wars things, a couple of Halo things as well. Jada Toys, we've got Boo Berry from the cereal mascots is coming out as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and Evil Ryu Street Fighter. Looked at the Marvel ones, Hallmark ones. Funko, we've got Agent Venom vinyl soda from Funko, and pop figure of Mary Jane Watson. And Beast Kingdom, we've got Gargoyles, Goliath, the stone version. And our friends over at Diamond Select Toys, they announced recently their lineup as well. So we've got a handful of different busts, including Indiana Jones. We've got a Raiders of the Lost Ark retro jumbo Indiana Jones figure. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's like a retro figure, but it's massive, which is quite cool. Transformers Mini-Mates, Pacific Rim, 10th Anniversary Gypsy Danger Legacy 2-pack. Can't believe Pacific Rim has still got like a following. I like it, but I can't believe they're still releasing figures. But anyway, that's a whole list that I've found through Preeternia.com.
Nice. But of course, there's only one announcement that counts.
Jessica
Rabbit is finally coming out as a Funko soda. Yes.
What's the limited edition version?
Glitter.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
So her dress will glitter. So yeah, in the film, her dress is like dark red sequency rather than more. That's more of a matte finish pink, isn't it? The left one. The right one's more screen accurate. To be fair, I would want the chase one. You'd want the chase one covered in glitter, wouldn't you?
I think that's the, by looks of it, the Comic-Con exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I mean, I must admit, we talk about it being Comic-Con exclusive, but gone are the days where if you weren't there, you couldn't get them. And I love it, but I also hate it because back in the day, you had to really work to get your hands on these exclusives, and they felt like exclusives because you knew that not everyone could get their hands on them. Whereas now, pretty much through all of your retailers, you can get your hands on the exclusives, which is really cool, really cool. But doesn't make them feel as exclusive.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Now, one thing to say as well is, do you think, because like Hasbro have really held back this year at San Diego, there's not a lot of announcements going on.
No.
Whether that's down to the writer strikes, so they can't release all the movie stuff, and that's why a lot of things have been held back, I don't know.
Possibly.
But I'm wondering whether they're holding back for HasCon, because that's that will be in September.
Postcom.
Yeah, the PulseCon. Sorry, the HasCon. Yeah.
HasCon was what they called it before, wasn't it? And then it didn't really do much. And then
the Hasbro PulseCon.
PulseCon. HasCon, PulseCon, Pro. Yeah, I do. I completely agree. So if you think back,
there's no Power Rangers panel. There's no Power Rangers. Like they've got a Boom Studios panel, but that's not a Hasbro panel. So there's no Hasbro announcements for Power Rangers, Ghostbusters, and there's a new movie for Ghostbusters coming out, which again would tie into the idea that the writer strike's causing issues for them.
Yeah. Yeah, caught my breath there. Yeah, I completely agree. Because if you look at the strength of PulseCon from the last couple of years, because that kind of came out, 2020, 2021? Yeah. Because we got there, remember when we were on the fan wall and we got their massive boxes? And even to the extent with how full they were with all the exclusives, but we didn't even get all of them, did we? We got like a large selection, but it was a huge box. Like it must have been 2.5 feet tall. Like it was huge. Whereas now they've got 4 things. So I agree with you. I think they're holding back, because why announce all of your good stuff on the same platform that all of your competition are also releasing all their good stuff when you have your own platform? Because none of the others do a con of their own, do they? So I think that, I think it's going to be PulseCon in October.
Yeah, because it's these ways that we've got like Kirsten and Starkiller, which are both going to do well. They're both fan favorites and wanted.
Yeah,
and we already knew they were coming. They were already prior announced. We knew they were going to be exclusives, but we knew they were coming. Whereas I think when we get to the Has PulseCon, we're going to call it, there'll be a lot more. There'll be a lot more announcements that we don't know about and things that have been hidden from us.
Yeah, I also think as well, when you think of HasLab, like 2 of the bigger HasLabs, like G.I. Joe has done very well recently, Transformers has done really well, but the 2 that they kind of really push with when it comes to the marketing teams now are the Star Wars and the Marvel Legends. And previously they've both had a big flop with the Rancor and the Hell Charger. So, but we've not heard any noise or any movement on those yet, have we? Whereas previous years, they've kind of announced them, especially, I think it was the Marvel one last year, where it ended around the time of HasCon or PulseCon. So I think that it's going to build into that. I think they're going to get San Diego out of the way. Then they're going to be announcing these HasLabs, and it will lead into PulseCon. And that's where we'll get all the exclusives.
So, SDC predictions. What are you hoping to see, or what are you wanting to see from like announcements from products?
I don't. You know what? I was thinking about this prior to the show, and then I got down the PulseCon kind of avenue as well, and I was like, oh, I don't think they're gonna do anything.
It could be any company though, because I mean, the one thing that I think we're going to see from NECA is going to be because we're still celebrating Elvira's 40th anniversary, so I think we're going to get an Elvira accessory pack, which will give us the red couch for you to lay the Elvira figure on.
That would be cool.
Because they've been doing a lot of the big accessory packs recently with like your Frankenstein, your Dracula.
Yeah.
So I can see them doing an Elvira one.
I would like there to be something to tie in with the Legend of the White Dragon, because they've got a panel. And they're going to be showing an exclusive part of it and all that kind of stuff. But I'd like there to be some kind of tie-in with that. I don't think it would be Hasbro that would do the figures because of the fallouts with Saban and
no, it's going to be it's what do you call them? The guys that make the not G.I. Joe figures, but the other ones, the Action Force ones. It's them, Valaverse. Yeah, Valaverse making the white tiger figures, or whatever they're called, white legend,
white dragons. They've announced 2, haven't they? They've announced that there was 2 figures in the mix, but yeah, I don't know. It would be quite cool to see something tied in with, and I think because of the sort of gravitas that goes with this film anyway, because of JDF and everything like that. I
A
think it'd be
civilian
quite
Jason David Frank figure would go down well.
massively.
So you could stand him with, because if obviously Velaverse do scale well with Hasbro, so then you could have him with all your Power Rangers. It would kind of tie into both lines.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd like to see something on that. Aside from that, I'm a bit lost. I'm a bit lost. It's awkward because obviously, like you say, with the writer strikes and everything that's been going on, it's hard to know what's actually going to be kind of going down.
Yeah.
I would just like something new to come out. I'd like something that I can't predict to appear and kind of have everybody going, wow, this is cool. Whether it's something from an existing company or, sort of similar to how when they announced the Indiana Jones Adventure line was coming out. Something like that, just that something was announced that no one knew about, no one expected, and us kind of just go, wow, that's really cool. That's what I'd hope. That'd be my prediction that we're going to get something new. What about yourself? Apart from the Elvira.
So yeah, the Elvira pack. I think from Super 7, I'm hoping they continue with their like secondary monsters line. But as they've been giving us sort of like really random characters, like the musicians and stuff, I'd like to see them maybe tackle like some horror ones. So like a Vincent Price action figure would be really cool. Like Funko did one of him, or like an Edgar Allan Poe action figure with a raven and stuff. That would be a really cool piece. Stuff like that. I'm up for that kind of like lines and stuff for me.
If I had a wish list of things that I'd like a company to do, it would be Diamond Select to revisit some of the harder to get Nightmare Before Christmas figures.
Yeah.
So like the band, the Jim, James, and Jimmy, and like the Wolfman and Melting Face. That's the bit I quote all the time. But just those ones, because if you have a look on, I've got a huge amount of them. I think I'm missing in total. I think I'm missing like 8 figures.
Are you missing the vampires yet?
No, I've got all the vampires.
You got all the vampires. Yeah. The shop near me has got all the vampire set in. I was like inches away from pulling the trigger yesterday. I was like staring at them because they had the whole set of vampires. I'm like,
They are cool. They are very cool. Yeah, I got all the vampires. And it's just like some of the older packs. So like the Melting Face guy and Clown with a tearaway face and all those kind of characters that kind of came out in that first and second series. Yeah. And they've got diorama pieces, like you can build the well, not the well, the fountain, and all that kind of stuff. Whereas you can't get those for love nor money now. I saw one come up on eBay the other day, and I think it was the werewolf and the Melting Face guy, or the tearaway face, and it was like £350. And I was like, the thing is there will be somebody that will pay that because they're so hard to get hold of. But Diamond Select have gone back and they're doing anniversary figures. So they've done Oogie Boogie Zero, and I think it's Santa Jack, I think, that they're re-releasing. So it'd be cool for them to go back and go, actually, you know what, we're going to reproduce these ones. But yeah, apart from that, I don't know.
Do you know what else I'd love to see as well? A toy company to get the license for the old Goosebumps and start releasing things like Slappy the Doll, the Haunted Mask, items from the show. So like an actual mask you can wear of the Haunted Mask, like a Slappy doll that you can physically put your hand in and use as a puppet. Like stuff like that. That would be a cool, like the little lawn gnomes, things like that with the Goosebumps logo on them. That'd be kick-ass.
You know what? We're going back as well. I'd love to see like NECA or Super 7 or someone tackle Small Soldiers. That'd be fun.
Well, there's a trailer going around at the minute, that's doing the rounds. That's a concept trailer for like a reboot.
Oh, really? I've not seen it.
Have you not seen? Oh, I need to send you it, mate. It's like Chip Hazard's like a a bit like Calhoun from Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
So Chip Hazard like that, and like the big like the guy who's meant to be Archer. I think them two characters, like they're hinting at that they're meant to be like Romeo and Juliet kind of thing, and that the other monsters and the other soldiers are at war, and they're stuck in the middle of it. It's a very cool little trailer. It's a very cool little concept trailer. But they've heavily modernized it.
Yeah.
From what it was, it just looks so cool.
It's just, I think it'd be a very cool thing to revisit as well, especially when, like, you know, if you think the whole kind of premise behind the idea was like this artificial intelligence in these action figures, and we're kind of there now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, they could quite easily make those figures a reality. Yeah, that'd be cool. Or just picking up an old line that was kind of gone and forgotten, like Visionaries or Centurions or Pirates of Darkwater or something like that, and kind of re-giving us those. That'd be cool. Yeah. So, but I haven't really got any predictions, film or television wise, because obviously the writer's strike has kind of overshadowed all that.
Yeah, it's kind of affecting a lot of stuff, isn't it? Everyone's calling it the death of Comic-Con, which I don't think it is, but
no, it's not. It's not.
It is going to have a massive hit on San Diego this year. I think New York's going to be. There's going to be a lot of announcements in New York this year.
Yeah, definitely.
If they settle the dispute by then, I mean, they keep saying it could go on until at least December, didn't there, or something at one point?
I know there seems to always be something going on, like, and it's. You know what? Like production on Deadpool, for example, they released all those images, and then the writer strike took on, and then production on it stopped. But that's just the world we live in. Do you know what I mean? We had it not too long ago.
Yeah, so supposedly this is the first strike where writers and actors have struck together since like 1940, 30 something, where the actors basically got pension rights and all sorts of like there weren't like a pension before, there weren't like healthcare and things like that for actors, but back in the day. And it was, you are talking back like in the days of like Universal Monsters and that, when they kind of clubbed together.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is a bunch of actors and writers taking on big corporate Hollywood, but those actors are paid a hell of a lot of money. Get back in the studio.
Yeah. Shall I tell you what? You talk about Universal Monsters there. What I would like to see is a Werewolf by Night 2-pack.
Yeah,
that's
on everyone's list, I think, this year, isn't it? Werewolf by Night. Yeah, everyone wants it.
And Dan did announce as well that there's more Marvel Legends coming next week.
Ooh.
So they were going to announce them. They were going to announce them this week. I can't remember exactly. Twitter, if that's still a thing. I don't know if that's still going, but I think he like tweeted on that there was loads of Marvel Legends coming out, and then sent another tweet saying that they're holding some back. So I don't know.
See, they could easily do the Werewolf by Night 2-pack in black and white for San Diego Comic Con exclusive, and then in color for the main release.
That is what I asked for. I was like, please give us those figures in grayscale to match the show. That's because otherwise all you're going to do is getting people buying 2, painting them down, and then you're going to release it eventually anyway.
What they want to do is put Werewolf by Night and Elsa Bloodstone in the 2-pack, and then have a deluxe release of Man-Thing. That's where the money's at. If you put Man-Thing and Werewolf together in a pack, it'll sell, but that's not where the major money is for him, is it? They could milk it a little bit further.
Yeah, and everyone would pay it. Everyone would pay it. So cool. Right, I think that rounds us up about right for this week. Next week actually is San Diego Comic Con, isn't it?
By the time we're recording next week, San Diego Comic Con will be, well, as we're on England time, it'll be in full swing. Yeah, because obviously it's West Coast, so it'll be middle of the day in West Coast right now. So it'll be swinging.
So, just quickly, Shelley, right with the last in the 11th hour, there's a Werewolf by Night Lego minifig being released in the Marvel Season 2 set released 1st of September.
Yeah, we didn't even get a chance to touch on them tonight.
No. Have the images been shown of those yet? There's
a leaked image if you want that. There's a leaked image.
Yeah, send that over to me, please. Yeah. Speaking of Lego minifigures, have you seen the really cool display case in Smith's?
Yes, I almost bought one for my horror ones because I've got a bunch of horror Lego minifigures that are unofficial but look amazing.
It's very cool for anyone who wants to go down there. It's about £38, I think, and it's a five level. It can hold 80 minifigures, and it comes with LED lights. And it goes up on the wall and everything, or you can get a smaller version that doesn't have lights in it.
Like, I know these are completely fake and unreal, but Wednesday,
That's cool.
Chucky. Like, Lego are never going to release these. And my absolute favourite, I don't know why she's got a knife in her hands. Reagan.
Amazing.
They're all fake. I've got a massive bag full, but I want that. I need that box now to put them all in.
Yeah, man, go for it. Go for it.
Little market near me are selling them at like £2 a pop.
Nice. Right, okay, let's call it quits there. We've gone through the comments. Obviously, we're going to do a giveaway soon. We'll go back and have a read through and then announce what our giveaway is. But it'll either be the Diamond Select Godzilla Mini Mates 2-pack from SuperSorrell or the Hasbro Vintage Emperor's Throne Room from myself. But we're going to make giveaways a regular thing. We're gonna do a giveaway every now and again, just to keep things spicy. So do stay tuned for free stuff because
Emperor's Throne Room is winning at 84% of the vote.
I think we're going to be giving that away. But the way I think we'll play it is that we'll do like a this or that. So if we don't give away the Godzilla Mini Mates 2-pack, then basically what we'll do is that will go in for the next poll.
That'll roll over to this time.
Sorrell's thing will be Godzilla 2-pack, and then myself or Ryan will add something else, and we'll do a poll to see what's next. But we will give away that Hasbro Emperor's Throne Room very soon. I'm more than happy to give this away. Hasbro sent it to me when it was their PulseCon last year, and I've kept it in the box. I've not bought any more of these figures. 3 3/4 inch is not a line for me, so yes, we'll be doing that as a giveaway very soon. Stay tuned and we'll let you know when. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, as always, do check out geekweekinreview.co.uk. Check out all the links there. Me and Sorrell were on Threads. If you're on Threads, jump over there. That's like the new Twitter. If you've not heard what Threads is, just Google Threads, Meta Threads, and you'll blow your mind. It's like the new Twitter. It's good fun. Cool. Anything you want to add before we round off?
Bye.
Just all right, cool. Wicked. All right, thanks very much for watching.
Every week, and I've never had time.
I thought you'd have something like 108 weeks down. I thought you'd have something by now. But cool. Right, we'll tune in next week for the same old stuff. We're going to talk about things that have not been mentioned or released yet. Until next week, keep it geek.